wanted to take a page from my co-host playbook and wear my shades in the studio. Hi. Welcome to... There you see it.
Yeah.
Want to be like that guy when I grow up. Although he's got the cooler shades. He's almost like Bret Hart, and I'm just, looking like Stevie Wonder. Anyhow.
If I get you some, you gonna wear them?
Oh, you damn right.
I got you.
You damn right.
I got you.
You should just get them for all the panels.
Why not?
Well,
Why
I'll
not?
wear them.
Why not?
Let's do it.
I'll wear them.
Next
I don't
week?
care.
Well,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Welcome to
Man.
for you, Mr. Veira, the Jimmy Jeff coat.
Wouldn't this be the aftermath?
It probably would be. But,
This is the aftermath.
but it's the Jimmy
Thought it
Jeff
was a
coat.
dating show.
The Jimmy Jeff coat, Bubba Paris, Daryl Grant, Willie Rofe, and my personal favorite, the Lyle Izado 77th edition of The Other Side of the Ball, where unfortunately our returning panelist missed the greatest segment in the history of the show last week.
Keep
but
telling you, man. I didn't miss it. I watched
You
it.
wasn't here in studio when it happened, but yes.
Okay, yes.
On that aspect.
Yes.
But welcome back, Mr. Veira. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Doing well.
And, of course, wearing his all-time favorite shirt, coming back from the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard, where he might have found his Jane Foster, the one, the only Scott, the Viking McCorkle.
Top of the morning to you. How you feeling?
And, again, back because he was raw and uncut. 1 week, had to come back for another week to do it. Knoccs TwentyFive is in the building.
I was just being myself. Thank you.
Definitely nominated for the Mount Crushmore of top guests.
Oh, by far.
And we have a phone call for Scott. It's Jordan's girlfriend.
Oh, shit. I get-
already?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
We haven't even been
I was
live,
gonna
though.
say, damn. I didn't miss a damn thing. We starting up.
Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, on this particular episode, we are not taking phone calls. But please, 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 please. Not my decision. Don't.
But my DMs are still open.
Wait, I listen. I know I'm not the show producer. I just do all the technical stuff and make you guys look a lot better. But you guys had one of
It's all in the lighting.
you guys had one of the
Makeup.
best phone calls ever last week,
Yes.
and the next
Yeah.
week you decide not to have phone
And
That's
calls.
was
not our
not our call.
decision.
We have to
It
talk
was-
to production.
Come on,
Yes.
come on, Nick.
Yeah, man, that wasn't.
Shout
our
out to the
call.
recovering Nick Blaze, who is recovering from his.
Trans.
There he goes. There he goes.
But he was just doubling up on equipment. That's all.
Something like that. But nonetheless, this is
The bionic arm.
He went and got the overkill upgrade for Call of Duty.
well. I don't think. I don't
Two
think.
main weapons.
I don't think he can do the
got a
Dusty
new
Rhodes.
loadout.
I don't think he can do the Dusty Rhodes bionic up anymore since his. Well, we'll talk about that for another day. But nonetheless, we do have two guests, and this is Scotty's favorite. Or the bionic elbow, whichever one works. Or the
They
bionic.
put in the Reebok pump.
Dear God. We have ran off the rails already on this show. Nonetheless, this is Scotty's favorite time of the year because
The center.
that too. But this is Scotty's favorite time of year because it's about to be Christmas on Sunday. As we've waited, and finally it is time to play some football. Starting this upcoming Sunday on the 24th of March at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Anyhow, let's get to our.
Was it 11 or 10?
Well, the official website says 11, but it always could be subject to change.
I think it's 10 o'clock.
Ratchet.
Well, somebody tell the people on the website to get their ish together and get the right times.
And look, Kelly gonna hit me as soon as she listens to this, and she's gonna be like, "Hey, it is 11 o'clock." I'll be like, "Okay, my bad."
Well, nonetheless, our first guest is already in seating, and he's good to go. Playing for the Force this upcoming season and getting ready to take on the Insomniacs in week 1 of the season in the 4 p.m. game of the week time slot that you can catch on Caffeine and all of the outlets that we'll talk about later on. Mr. Nafees Sims is in the building. How are you, sir? Welcome to the other side of the ball. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
And obviously, he got the memo of wearing the glasses in the studio as well, so... We are full force in our center shades. You know what I mean?
So
I had to do what y'all had to do because I had to look like the part.
You got
Hey.
3 guys with shades on, 3 guys with shades off.
Hey, it balances.
Yep.
There is a balance. All right, but Mr. Sims, take us back to the Fall Brawl and give us your thoughts on the Fall Brawl season as you played for the Alliance, and just give your thoughts on your overall take of what you saw and your thoughts on what you like to work on to harness your skills to get better for the upcoming season.
What I took from Fall Brawl was, I took this as a time for me to actually get my game out there, have fun, really. Playing with Sick in my spring season last year, I just really wanted to show my talent for real. So that was really basically what it was, And what I'm working on right now is all legs. So y'all can do the bench pressing all you want, but I'm gonna lift from the ground up. So for sure.
How much you how much you lift in leg weights? Or
I haven't really actually tried my max, and my cousin been actually telling me to do my max, but I've been going in there trying to maintain. Like I've been doing more reps than weight.
got it.
So I've been trying to like tone it up, keep it. You know what I'm saying? Fit type.
Come do a leg day with me.
Oh, I would love to.
Uh-oh.
You look like you burn them.
Come do a leg day with me.
You like you
keep
burn 'em.
up with the old man.
Yeah. We can set that up for sure. I go to the gym often, so
Okay.
minimum 4 days a week, minimum.
Dub had mentioned that you're going to play for the Force. Is that locked in?
As of last, what was it, night? Locked in.
As of last night.
As of
of-
last night. All right.
As of
Okay.
last night.
There you go.
You know,
So what?
you
what
have to be
position are
locked
you
in as of Friday.
Say it again?
locked in? Everything's locked
Breaking
Gotta
news.
lock in as
On
Friday.
the Friday.
Everybody
Ball.
is locked in.
Please
Yeah,
announce,
they told me to
please
get it
announce
done
that
by
again.
Friday.
What's that?
They told me to get it done by Friday.
Yeah.
Well,
You
everybody
have to
was
be,
saying.
rosters have to be in by noon Friday.
Right.
So you got to be locked in. If you still looking, you still waiting,
Then you would have missed
you
out. I
ain't playing.
wanna-
You
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
playing Sunday.
So again,
Right.
the deadline is high noon on Friday. Is that correct, Mr. Veira?
That is correct.
All right. There you go.
What would you contribute to being like the deciding factor in deciding to go with the Force?
Let's ask the question again.
What would have been the deciding factor for what made you choose the Force over anybody else? Because we had mentioned before the mics heated up that you had practiced with a couple of different teams. What made you choose the Force?
I practiced with everybody, worked out with everybody, reached out my hand on the page and to other people that know other people. And I worked out with others, and it seemed more for the teams that I went and tried out for. It seemed more organized a little bit more than a lot of more other teams, and that was one of the other than one other team that I tried out for. You know, that was more organized but you know, everybody gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, play that card, but they was more organized, and then growing together, I see we having fun, you know, so it was locked in, and I locked my selection into the Force. So.
Now, does the system differ over there from what you're used to playing? Are you going to end up playing the same position? Where are you going to end? Where can we see you playing at?
Better yet, what position are you playing?
Yeah, well, I'm probably gonna be playing the same position I played in spring, but fall I took it as fun, and I wanted to show my offensive side and show that I can score the ball, and you know I can have the ball in my hand. But I'm playing cornerback, you know, and I've been playing cornerback when I was with Sig. I think I'm gonna take my talents to Force playing cornerback.
Now, obviously, you grew up in the ATL.
Yeah.
So talk about us being in the South.
Man, it's for sure. It's good and it's bad. You know where I'm from, really. It's just the South. I can't really put it in words. You know, I'm pretty sure y'all have visited the South too, right?
I have not yet,
Yes, sir.
but I've heard stories. I mean, I have a great uncle that lives in the ATL. So
Yeah.
I've heard the stories. Now, did you play football out there in Atlanta?
Oh yes, played for Pembroke High School. So and we wasn't too good the seasons that we was there. We was worried about other things than playing football. So it was
I
like
can imagine.
it was like, what we doing? I had converted over to basketball once I seen it was just some BS type. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, in Georgia it's fun. It's fun in Georgia. It's definitely fun. A lot of things to do, but then it's a lot of things to get, sidetracked. So I think we need a league not a league, a division in Atlanta, in my personal opinion, because then that'll help take, because I left Atlanta to get out of what was going on down there. So like, if we had something to, keep our mind, body focused on, then I feel like, a lot of people do the same things. Otherwise, they just watching me and watching.
I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna get myself in trouble for saying it.
Ooh,
But
I like those kind of statements.
discipline comes no matter where you play.
Right.
So if you can't be disciplined in high school, how are you going to be disciplined to play A7?
Right. Well, that's the reason why, I left. And that's the reason why I converted to basketball when I was playing. Because once I seen it was BS, I went to basketball. And I never won a championship with playing football, whether it was Little League or high school. And it's like, I really won a championship in A7. I really been putting in the work, really putting in the work this whole fall brawl. And coming up to this spring, I've been preparing for spring, really, because that's when everybody going to see you play because it's fall brawl, but everybody's paying attention to spring, and that's what I'm really focused on. So it's like seeing the discipline, like I said, I converted. I left once I seen it was some BS, and I seen the basketball team was really, we all play like a team. So I'm going somewhere where it's a team play. I'm doing team play stuff. It's not no oh you. No, it's us. That's what we joined the organization for. It's us.
Big man, you got anything?
I was gonna say, when did you come out here from Atlanta?
I came out here 2018 February. Yeah, 2018 February.
2018.
I've been out here a long time, and I was actually looking to play football for the longest. Got myself into a little bit of trouble here too.
That's easy in Vegas.
Yeah, it's If y'all didn't notice, I played with this black thing around my ankle.
Well, he had the biggest box on his
Man, he had the GPS joint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The call-in box where they can
Even
call
bigger
you.
than Dr. Dre's.
they'll
Sir,
talk to you
where
from
are
it
you at?
too. They'll
So
talk
wait,
to you from it.
Wait a
Oh,
minute. Really?
I've had those.
I did that too.
Oh, they'll call you.
Mhm.
Sir, what are you doing outside of your
semi-pro? Yeah.
So would you have to get permission to play?
Not really. They
Different
because they just
restrictions.
wanted to see. It's nothing bad that I'm doing. It's more so. I came late. Also, it was like week 2. My first game was week 3. So, I didn't get permission to play. It just I told them about it. Let them know what I was doing. That way, if I missed any appointments or missed anything, it's because I was doing this, and they was cool.
So they wouldn't just come pick you up?
Nah, it was cool.
There's one thing I'll tell you about the streets. Undefeated.
Oh yeah, and if I had any advice for any youngins, kids that's watching this, just handle your business for your family, like your real family,
It's well said.
that family will not meet you there when you get to the wrong area. They will not meet you there, for sure.
Try to tell young men that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So since you like to play cornerback, so who are your influences? Who would you say that you pattern your game after watching people that play cornerback?
My all-time favorite, Champ Bailey.
Not a bad choice.
Not bad at
Champ, man, he was a bad dude. And I say my second, probably Charles Woodson.
Not another bad choice.
Yeah,
One of Hall of Famer, one future Hall. No, they're both.
I think they both Hall of
Hall of
Famers now.
Famers.
Mhm.
So, what is it about their particular games that you liked so much in watching them play?
Their hips. Their hip game is crazy. Even if you had great route running on them, they hip grind. They position themselves to be in position for the play, and that's all you can't ask for because there's a lot of great receivers. There's a lot of great quarterbacks. So all you can ask for your corner is to be in position to play. So it's like they was good at what they do.
Now,
Like,
it's funny you
so-
said. It's funny you said because Chris talks about that all the time.
Yeah, that's the most.
Yeah,
That's why I've been working
about
ground
play.
up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to, as a wide receiver, I'm looking at you and breaking you down as much as you're looking at me and breaking me down.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how fluid you are in your hips. So that way, when I make a move, I want to make sure it's going to be hard for you to flip back once you make the wrong move.
Right.
So I've said before, and I'll say it again, you don't have to be a burner as a wide receiver to get open. All you have to understand is how to make a guy misstep
Mm-hmm.
and take that wrong, even crossing your feet. Because we know in basketball, if you get a man to cross his feet, he's dead.
Right.
So same thing in football. If I can make you cross your feet or make you flip your hips the wrong way and you're not fluid enough to come back after I make you flip your hips the wrong way, I'm wide open.
I got a question. With the field being cut down from hash to sideline, does that help being a corner?
In my
Does
opinion,
it?
yes.
Does it not? Like, how does it change how you attack the line of scrimmage or like down in distance? How does that change your game?
In my opinion, it helps better for corners because we got condensed field. So now we only got but this much. We ain't got this much. We got this much. So now all I got to really do from my hash to sideline or wherever I'm at is really get the receiver if I can. And I've been working on arms too. Don't worry. It's been ground up. Get the receiver out of bounds close as possible since it's so condensed. Get him out of bounds. Now, I ain't got to focus on him. I'm on somebody else. And then, so with me, how I think about it is the field is condensed. They ain't got but so much room to run. And in like spring,
Right.
when I was making tackles in spring, I'm going to be there. but I'm not the fastest. I'm not the slowest. I'm going to be there.
Where do you feel your greatest strengths are? Where as far as coverage, tackling, where do you feel your strengths lie?
That's
Good
actually
question.
a good question. Normally, people say, well, I don't know. That's what you're supposed to tell me. But as far as I can recognize, my biggest strength is my hips, probably my feet work, I say. Just to be able to, like he said, not cross my feet. I've been working on a lot of backpedaling. I've been doing a lot of, treadmills, backpedaling on treadmill, incline. I've been working on my side steps. I've been working on just basically ground up. I say right now, my feet right now.
Because one of the things we've been calling your names a lot for is busting up the screen and things like that. You've presented yourself as a real physical cornerback, and just hearing that you pride yourself on your hips, it probably means you've been working on them a lot. And it just goes to show that, maybe we see one thing, but you've been working on that in the background. It's good for players to see, that type of progression, and hopefully we can see that moving forward into the force, because you got a hell of a game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, it's interesting that we started with what your you started with what your strength is.
Mm-hmm.
For me, most players know what their strengths are. I want to ask you what your weaknesses are, because realistically speaking, a weakness can cost a game. You know that. I'm preaching to the choir when I say that for anybody for football. But it's a two-part question. What's your weakness and what are you doing to overcome it?
Yeah. I know what my weakness is, playing that corner. I like to keep my eyes on the quarterback, and that's the wrong thing to do necessarily starting out. Normally, I'm not going to say I was taught the all the way real fundamental way of playing corner, but I know the basics, and I know our game has to be one of them, and that's what I've been working on as well a little bit. Just keeping my eyes up and moving them back and forward at any time. If I'm even at a red light, just scanning left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, so I can keep my eyes training to bounce back and forward from the corner and quarterback. And I tell myself, and how I'm training myself with my eyes is, I say, okay, what all did I see? I seen a lady walking this way. I seen a lady walking. I seen this. I seen that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm doing something, or if I'm, just at any point in time, wherever I'm at, I try to train my eyes to move left and right.
So for a corner coming in and playing in A7 and really playing with maybe one safety, most of them play man.
Man.
My question for that is, how much, especially when you're playing this game and you might get caught looking at the quarterback, or you're locked in on man. You're not paying attention to the quarterback. You're locked in on your man. Tell the people how much it means to have that capability to have those conversations, or being able to talk in the secondary, so that way the ball's coming. Because as a corner, when I played, we were always taught, you pay attention to the wide receiver. You don't pay attention to the friggin' quarterback.
Right.
And so communication in the secondary is key. So my question is, because of the way you guys play in the secondary, what do you look for help from your teammates?
I was actually thinking about this last night. And like you said, playing man, you got to be focused on your man. Is having the sideline, not the people on the field, which that counts too. Having the sideline scream, what you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna do nothing but help. Run, pass. That way, corners know if we're bailing, we at least know what it is, or whoever, any secondary, we at least know what it is. Because like you said, if we playing man, we locked in on him. He may be going up the field, or whatever the case may be. So having that sideline help. Because it does matter.
And that's a symptom of having a well-coached team.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it could be held over, like leftovers from high school or college ball or anything like that. But in the A7, some teams have coaches, some teams don't. It's kind of starting to get to the point where everybody's going towards coaches and a little bit more organization. But that's one of the things that helps, along with like substitutions and stuff like that. But having like somebody remind the guys to be able to call for a pass, call for a run, let them know when the ball's in the air. When you get that communication, not just from the people on the field, but like Sim said, on the sideline, the corner's not going to hear what the D tackle has to say in the middle of the play. They're just not, but they can hear that sideline right there. Like
Everybody hears the sideline.
Everybody, you're all part of the team. You got to help your guys out. And it's one thing that you hear a lot from certain teams. You can hear an entire team talking from the sidelines, and there's other teams that are dead quiet. And you can usually tell by how the record reflects at the end of the season as well.
You're not wrong on that.
Communication's always been key. We've always talked about that. Any team that I played on, any team that I coached, how much it means to have that communication from the sidelines, from the secondary, from the offense, so that way everybody understood what was going on. And it is a big piece to me for football when it comes to either being a corner or when you talk about being a wide receiver. I won't get into all the nuances that I teach, but to me, the thing that's lacking the most right now for a lot of high schools is they're not teaching these kids. They're not teaching these young men. They're out there playing and showing and not teaching them how to hone their craft.
No fundamentals.
Yeah, it's great for me to hear you understanding because again, strengths are one thing. Everybody has their strengths and they usually know what they are. It's your weaknesses that you have to understand and start to overcome. And once you understand what those weaknesses are, that's when you start being a good ball player.
Mm-hmm.
I got one for you. Who, in the last, this period, who has been your toughest matchup to line up across from?
That's a good question.
As well as who do you look forward to lining up with this season?
Okay, so to answer your first question, last year it was I can't think of anybody last year.
Obviously, it was the question that was the toughest for him to line up.
Yeah. Probably what's his name from Insomniacs?
To watch the question.
Which one,
right?
Munch?
No,
Davik?
Davik, the tall guy. That's him,
Davik
right?
Clark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably he was the hardest. And then this one I'm looking forward to is probably, I heard Trey is a good receiver, and so I'm
What's Trey?
Go getter.
Okay.
Not saying like but I'll be looking forward to playing him.
Have you had to line up against Palmer?
No, I was on. You talking about Darren?
Yeah, Palmer.
No, I was.
Yeah.
I was on T. I was
Yeah,
on
no,
team
like
with
even
DP.
in practice. Or
Oh
anything
yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me and DP would be live at practice. It'd be he mossed me and then I mossed him and then he planted. It was good. I feel like it was me. I love DP. He a good player and he one of the players
He's
I
a real
feel
baller.
that he actually plays the game for love and he don't just play it just to be playing out there just running around. He actually playing for play.
What made you leave sick with it?
What made me? It just wasn't. There's a lot of superstars over there. There's a lot of everybody on that team can play positions here, there. So I just wanted to. The first time I actually met Mark, he said, "Do I want to go on a team that need help, or do I want to stay with you?" I told him, "I want to stay with you since I walked up to the field. And I walked up to you. I want to stay with you." So what made me leave was, it was a lot of players. There was a lot of good players that's there, and it's like. Now I want to open up I want to play. I want to show more, of what I can do. It ain't nothing against Sick with it. Ain't nothing against Mark. It ain't nothing against the team. I love Sick with it. That's basically where I started this whole A7. So it's like the reason why I left, I just wanted to play, show my talent.
Real quickly, talk about the inspiration that is your kids, your wife, and Jeffrey Williams.
My wife, first of all, I'm starting with my kids. They number one. Man, I got two boys, man. They first, my oldest, he always watching what I'm doing, and it's like I have no choice but to do better than what I've been doing, and I want to show him that it's a lot of. I want to show him the good that's out here because he lives in Atlanta, so it's like I know he's gonna see that out there, and it's like when he's here with me, he get to watch me play, he get to watch me do my thing, and it's like. It makes him want to play football as well. So, and then my second, he that's my little dude, man. And then my wife, I never thought I'd be tied down a day in life, but for sure, she showed she loved me out of all the people that I mess with. She's a teammate. You know, I'm a team person before anything, and she's probably the best teammate I ever had in my life. And as far as Jeffrey, free Jeff, his inspiration. He don't just do it. He don't get to a platform and just do it for him. He put his people on. He put the other people on. He put his people on basically. So like basically another team player. I'm a team player, so it's like I want to get to a point where I'm putting my people on, or I'm showing them this, and I'm showing them that, But a lot of people who I know is they so simple minded that it's kind of hard to teach somebody who don't want to be taught. So I'm a team player, and that's the reason why Jeff, my wife, and my kids is my inspiration. They show me team, and I'm gonna give them the world for sure.
Well, that's a very touching tribute. So real quickly, you guys open up the season against the champs in the Game of the Week slot at 4 p.m. So give your first scouting report, if you will, on the champions and how you try to make this a competitive game against the champs.
They loading up over there, so it's definitely gonna be a good game. I'm not saying that they stacking players either when I say they loading up. I'm just saying they loading up. And I know, even though they're the champs, that they're still watching probably stuff from last year. They probably watching players that's going to be coming on to this team. And how I'm watching them is I'm watching their main players. I'm watching the line, because I got to be able to tell the line who's weak right here. Not saying that they line weak, but I got to be able to recognize some things that's, outside of me to help me. Because if we can get pressure on Scott, then I feel like he throw the ball up. I feel like I'm 6'3", and I can jump. I'm dunking. So if you throw the ball up, it's just gonna be a 50-50. So who I'm watching? Munchie. You just said the name. I'm watching Munchie. He's a great player too, because he plays.
Munchie.
Yeah. And I seen y'all call him Clutch Munchie too, or something like that. The Clutch. What y'all call him?
Show me a time he missed.
No, I ain't saying he didn't. I'm just saying. He missed the clutch. So
There's
I want
Munchie.
the clutch person,
That was going to be the next question I asked after Palmer. Was
Fourth and Munchie?
if you had lined up to
That
Munchie.
too.
Yeah, I would line up against Palmer.
Fourth and Munchie.
I would
No,
line-
just if you have because I don't play corner, so it's interesting to me. I think corner is the hardest position to play
you on the island.
in football aside from quarterback. And I mean, I can't throw and I can't cover, so that's probably why I think that.
But you got heart.
That position is extremely difficult to cover, and those are two of the best clutch, as far as hands in clutch time, good routes. They have chemistry with their quarterback. That's a hard thing to cover. It's not always about your speed or anything like that. Like Chris harps on, your route running and your ability to catch in traffic is way more important than anything else at receiver to me, especially in this league with the condensed field. But
You know what? I'd love to play in a condensed field.
I
Would love it. Because there's two things that cornerbacks always think of. Like you said, if you push me out of bounds, guess what? I could reestablish myself.
Don't they got somebody else got to touch the ball first?
Yeah, if you tip
Somebody
the ball and I catch it, that's good.
I don't got to tip the ball. If you throw it to you and you out of bounds, I'm gonna let that motherfucker go.
If you think you got me out of bounds,
I'm not weak. How much you think I weigh?
how much do you think I weigh?
I know you bigger than me.
That's the thing. Everybody's get caught up in the size.
Exactly. And it's
size
not
don't
about
matter,
the size.
but a lot of people think that I'm small.
But
when really,
everybody gets caught up in the size. You feel me? And Scott says it's hard to play DB. I
is.
played it, bro.
yeah. No, I see
You know what I'm
you
saying?
play it at your size.
But it's one of those, like he said, all you got to do is know the basic fundamentals of that shit. I know not to watch the quarterback. I'm watching the person in front of me.
The biggest thing that I say, if you
I'm
playing somebody and to push them out of bounds, to me, they don't know how to run a route.
Yeah.
Because realistically, if you take Munch, for instance, you could push him all over the field. He ain't going nowhere.
He's not going to let you do that, period.
So the thing about it is, it don't, and like Knoccs said, it don't matter how much you weigh.
Yo,
What matters is
somebody
do
in
you
the
run?
chat just says size matters. Ask Jordan's girlfriend.
Oh damn!
Oh, boy.
A cold day in Bill.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Anyway.
Shout out to Blue Chew.
Yeah. So
Here we go
Man.
again.
Y'all start.
I need to get in with the management team.
when you know how to run routes with balance,
Yeah.
you can't push somebody out of bounds.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too tough.
Hold on. Daniel Packer, I don't know if you just came in, but we're not taking calls today, unfortunately. So you just have to unleash your passion in the chat. I'm sorry.
He can't.
That sounds real. That sounds real nasty.
He can't spell.
Release my passion in the chat. That means you want some type of pictures for my camera roll.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Damn, why did Pierce talk? Chris could throw a man to the ground real fast. Oh,
He must have seen some shit in real life.
Right.
Hey, Pierre, get down and
I
get
was-
to the
I
chopper.
was,
Get
He can hold
down
him
now.
and take his
I'm
socks.
like Darren when I played. I loved blocking
Yeah.
for my running backs,
Mhm.
and yes, I have pancaked many corners.
That shit's fun.
Oh, I picked them up and thrown them.
That shit's
Matter of fact,
fun.
there's a corner, and I ain't gonna say no names that some people here might actually know. We were in it playing to go to the championship, and I walked his ass through the back of the end zone.
What? You play receiver?
Yep.
Okay.
I lined up at DB against the NFL player.
We're not taking
I
calls.
I did pretty fucking
Packer.
well too.
Man, Knox, you're an anomaly though. I've said it.
I did
I've
pretty
said it
fucking
before.
well against the NFL player. Shout out to me.
Shout out to me.
Bro, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back. I don't want to take you to the hospital.
No, man. Look,
Nah,
I'm not
I'm
lying.
gonna just go to Blaze Doctor. I'll get a new one.
Man.
On onlydads.com.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Knox.
With some blue chew.
What's up?
Are you playing this season?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Trying to get Knox in the booth.
I don't have a team.
Man, you got it.
You don't have a team, or you don't want a team.
I don't have a team. I'm not on a team. I'm not registered. Yeah.
It's your break.
Nah, I don't have a team.
Yeah.
I'm just like you. I reached out on posts. I made my own posts. I did all that.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
He
I
said,
don't necessarily think anybody thought you were serious though, Knox.
That's the thing. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
nobody.
have to be
Sometimes you
serious.
just gotta. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta reach out and ask.
Yeah, you know.
Everybody might have thought you were fucking around. Like, oh, I'm not reaching out.
No, I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's good.
Hell of an asset sitting right here.
Man, you
There
ain't
you go.
lied. You ain't lied.
But I mean,
Unless-
Somebody should get it. Should
Unless
pick
somebody
up the
from
phone
the-
and make a call.
Hey, I got long distance. Somebody from the East Coast might take me. They took Trey.
man. Hey,
Wow.
and
Yeah, but Trey
also,
moved up there, didn't he?
I mean, do we have an
I don't know. Did he?
on-field reporter for this year?
We do
Ooh,
not.
Wireless mic?
Ooh, that'd be hard.
I already tried that, and they told me no.
That's crazy.
Man.
We need the inside scoop on everything that's really going on.
Well, the problem is we don't have a dump button. So the minute that somebody starts cussing on the sidelines, guess
Which, by the way, your wife is defending you in the chat, by the way. Shout out to Miss Pia.
What she said?
She said, y'all gonna learn to take him seriously.
Oh yeah,
Man.
yeah. You know. Till then, I'm chilling.
So real quick, Nafiz, here's the time to promote yourself. If you want people to get to know who you are, the floor is yours. Or if you want to give any shout outs, the floor is yours.
I got. Can I ask y'all 3 food for thoughts? And I'm gonna just say a quick little hoorah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Sorry.
And y'all can give me y'all
I just read something in the chat. My bad.
insight on what it is. Hey, drop it in the chat what I'm about to say too.
Oh, they're watching.
Oh yeah. So, is the S or C silent in scent?
In what?
Depends on how you spell it.
Is the S or C silent in scent?
He's talking about
I think the S.
SENT and
The S?
CENT.
Yes.
I knew you would say that. I figured. Okay, I got another one. Why is bacon called bacon and cookies called cookies if we cook bacon and bake cookies? Drop it in the chat and let me know what y'all think.
Mm.
Okay.
Now, Scooter, is this question for Knoccs 25?
I believe that's probably a question
No, I'm,
to Knox.
Okay, I'm just
I don't
putting it out
think
there.
All right.
I'm sorry. Again.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
Somebody
baby.
said it's all Jordan's fault. They're not taking calls.
He said, "Oh my God, the vanilla guy's here."
Oh wow. Well, he better unleash his passion in the comments.
Oh, good Lord. Anyhow, go ahead.
yeah.
All right, Nafiz, go ahead and
Anywho.
continue your food for thought.
All right, my last one. The money in your wallet is not yours. It's just your turn to spend it. I want y'all to pay attention to me this season because, like I said, y'all been calling my name off and on. I'm going to make plays. I've been working hard this off season, and I'm here to just show the A7FL that, you know, I'm one of y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. I don't want to say too much on it. Y'all gonna see the work.
No, it's your time to say everything.
Yeah,
No,
now's the
absolutely.
time,
Get it
man.
off your chest.
I appreciate-
Drop it, man. We
shout out
playing
to Nick
Sunday.
Get it
Blaze.
off your chest.
Shout out to Nick Blaze for putting me on the show. Hope your surgery recovery is fast. Thanks to y'all for having me. Thanks to the A7 for just accepting registration. You know,
Yeah, well, hang out, man. I'll talk to you about
for sure.
joining me for legs for a day.
For
What's-
sure.
what's-
I'd love to do that. What gym you go to?
What's gonna be the score of your game?
Go ahead and answer that question. I'll tell you.
No, I'm asking you the question. And I'm gonna get
You
to
want
him.
to? Okay. Las Vegas Athletic Club.
Las Vegas. You got like membership at +1?
Yeah.
All right, we in there. And to answer your question, oh man,
Just to let you know, I work out at 4:30 a.m.
yeah, my wife get me up at 5:30 a.m.
Okay, well, you got to get up about an hour and a half early. Come
Yeah,
join
I
me.
just won't go to the gym with her. Sorry, babe, I love you. I'm going to hit legs. Wait, time out. The game is about you trying to burn my legs out. The game about to start
No, I'll wait until next week. We could hit it up Monday.
soon. Monday. I was just
Hit
about
it
to
up
say soon
Monday.
as the game over
Yeah.
with. Bet.
Hit
That's
it
a
Monday
bet.
because you ain't gonna be able to walk Tuesday. I'm just telling you.
And Wednesday.
And
Shit,
Thursday
right.
probably.
Cool. That's cool. That means, baby, hook me up.
Mm-hmm.
Hook me up. Then to answer your question, Knoccs, if we can make sure our offense can produce, we're not saying that we can't, but if we can make sure our offense produce and the defense just communicate, I feel like it will be a good game. I would say, I ain't gonna throw my prediction.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I want to score. I don't care about a good game. What's the score?
He said he wants a score.
What's the score?
I don't know.
You got the best. You locking down the best receiver. You got defense out there. You guys are talking. You feel me? You guys are doing everything you've been working
It's
on
gonna
in
be
the
a good
offseason.
game.
What's the score?
By the way, when we can do a score prediction? Shouldn't we be doing that today?
That's later on today in the
Okay,
show.
That's what I thought.
I was just asking him because he won't.
Hence
be
why
here.
we only have 2 guests today.
Yes. He's all quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man, put it out there. Nobody
Man.
gonna be mad.
Well, one
no,
is
you
calling.
can't be mad at me.
One is calling for an upset in the chat.
Okay. Then I'm gonna roll with the chat.
Really?
I'm gonna roll with the chat, man.
Okay.
I can't go against my grain. That's like what? I believe we can win, and I believe we gonna win. This is all about the mindset first. So I believe we gonna win. I believe we can. But it's a team thing. I can't be the only one calling out predictions in the team. Like, we all gotta be here, hoorah and macho, and we gotta stand by each other because this Insomniacs is nothing to play with. I've watched them. They come back from teams. So it's
That
like
they have.
exactly. So it's like I'm not finna be saying nothing crazy. I just want to have a good game and everybody respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a good game. Everybody show
That's a
respect.
pretty big ass.
Hey, wifey said whenever it's leg day, she gonna get you up at 3:30.
Well, she said,
No, I'm not.
She said
I'm
it in
not
the
being
chat.
funny. She
She
just
said-
said it.
she said
in
in the chat.
See, gotta learn to take me serious.
What she say?
Whenever it's leg
She says,
day,
"I'm gonna get
she's
you
gonna
up
get you
at
up at
3:30 a.m.
She got you.
5:30 was killing me. You trying to go 3?
Wait, man. Like I said, you're gonna have to get up at 4 to meet me at 4:30.
So she talking about 3:30 leg day. Meet up with you 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
I can mess with it. I can mess with it.
Well, you will see.
That
him-
means I'm good for the whole week. Then
Yeah,
I'm
pretty much.
Come on.
Well, you will see him going one-on-one against Devin Clark or whatever Insomniac receiver will be in his lane on the Sunday at 4 p.m. as part of the game of the week of the Nevada division. As Nafis Sims taking his talents to the force, he will open up and try to lead his force to an upset win over the champs. We appreciate the time. Doors always open, and good health and much luck to you this upcoming season, my guy. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
You got it, man.
All right. As we wait for our guest get ready via Across the Path, one game I want to touch on real quick, which is not a Nevada game, but I just want to touch on real quick as the U with Huff returning to the U.
man,
Taking on the Watchmen with CP3 going to the Watchmen. A rematch of last year's semifinal game in which the Watchmen shut out the U in the second half, winning by a final score of 33-20. How do you see that game, real quickly, as we approach the 10th anniversary season this upcoming Sunday?
With those two additions, like you're not gonna be able to call that game right now. There's no way. Like that, the pedigrees of both teams, like the way they know each other, like the familiarity, but then adding those superstars, those are two incredible game changers in their divisions.
You're
like
not wrong.
in their respectful rights, they are two of the greatest players that have touched the A7 field, like thus far.
You got a coin?
So I'm not even going to say that,
right?
Because I think it's even
It's
deeper than that.
It's as even as it could possibly be.
I think it'll seem like that, but it's more of like, I think after watching some of these East Coast teams and these East Coast games, it's not even necessarily a mental chess match with them. It's an emotional chess match. It's about who can control and direct and their temper and their emotions, and who can get the other person to crack first. It's an emotional and mental mind game out there. And on top of that, they're all 300 pounds cracking each other in the mouth.
Well, here's my only question.
And the Watchmen are full of super fast people.
Here's the only question. Here's the only question I have. And going back to that playoff game last year, one of the things that kind of shocked me was the big chunk plays that the U was giving up to the Watchmen on offense. And that's one big thing you have to look out for, because as we know, CP3 is CP3. I mean, just like Huff is Huff.
Right, but Huff is also one of the...
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I think it's. I really think it's going to come to which team has the most chunk plays in this game. Might be the difference in that game. I think it's going to be a close game, because obviously the U wants revenge for what happened last season.
I'm not going to say that. I'm still reading. I'm still reading in the freaking post, man. Danzel's killing me. She says she like white boys and pineapple on her pizza.
Oh shit!
Oh, Desi, stop it.
We're trying to be serious.
For a little bit.
Trying to be serious.
For a little bit. But that's Quan's thing.
Yeah, Quan likes the pineapple.
Scooter says the U wins.
Well, like I said, the U
and picking Huff is never.
No, it's never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. And obviously, the U has that revenge factor for them getting eliminated in the playoffs, so they have that going for them. So, I mean, it's
Watchmen have one of the more dynamic defensive players is the Wolverine.
Yes.
One of my favorites to watch. He's one of my favorites to watch.
Yeah.
And like I know we don't necessarily tend to touch on like too many of the East Coast teams very much on this podcast, but it doesn't mean we're not fucking paying attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like aside from all the shit talking and everything, we watch film.
The only
and these
sucky part about
motherfuckers
that,
are solid.
the only sucky part about that is we can only watch about an hour of it, because we go live on air an hour after they start. That's the sucky part.
Well, the only thing you could do is,
and I got internet access. I sit up at night.
The only thing you could do is really watch the replays.
Yeah.
And I've caught some of the replays of the games. When the U played BIC last year, I watched that game from beginning to end. And
The first game or the second game?
the second game, and
Down to the 1 yard line.
yes,
Yeah, that was
crazy.
That was crazy.
It was absolutely nuts.
And that call was a bit.
Well, you know what? I'm not even going to get into about the rest, but I'm going to say that the game was a damn good game.
Yeah.
Both
But
of them were.
You know what? You know, a game was really good to watch live was the Watchmen versus the Nightcrawlers, because to see the emotion of the games. Now, here's the thing that will blow your mind. When I go and I look at, and I want to see BIC's offense and defensive linemen, because when I saw the Watchmen, I was expecting these guys to be huge, right? Because you look at them on TV, and they all look like they're big dudes.
Boys, yeah.
When we got out there, I was surprised to see that most of them were my height.
Average height.
Yeah, my height, or maybe just a little bit taller. It made me look at our offensive line our linemen that we have here in town, and it was like, damn, okay, that's one of the big differences right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw the Nightcrawlers, even when they came to Vegas and then went, I should say out to Arizona for Bullhead for the championship game, I was a little surprised by them too, because when I saw them when we were back east as well in Cincinnati, I was a little surprised about that as well, because you just see these guys on TV and you're like, damn, that's a big boy.
See, and I think the Nightcrawlers surprised me. I think they were a little thicker than I thought.
No. I'm not talking.
In addition to the speed,
and
I'm not talking about thick.
Boys is
Right.
moving.
I'm
But
talking
they're
about
short.
you're
Them boys
thinking
are
shorter,
when I think
yeah.
about an offensive lineman,
You're thinking of
I'm thinking of Mac.
6'4", yeah.
I'm thinking of Mac. And
Now, the biggest lineman I think I have seen outside of like Mac and Sayal,
Mhm.
or
Sal.
Sal. There we go, Sal. My bad. But BIC's linemen look fucking huge. They pull well. They move pretty well. They seem to have a decent conditioning to them as long as the drives don't get way too long. I think if you limit them to a 3-yard carry everyone and wear them down for a couple of long drives, you can kind of take advantage of their size. But they seem to have like one of the bigger lines. And if you know any better, please correct me in the chat because they just seem to be big as
Which,
fuck.
by the way, BIC opens up their season against the Snow Tribe also this upcoming Sunday.
it's going to be. I think that this season, especially back east, is going to be one of those seasons where I think you got teams just teeing off on each other.
Mhm.
I think that all of them. I think, and we heard CP3 with our boys
Joffos.
and what he was talking about, and he even said, there's a lot of stuff that he's going to talk about that's going to get him in trouble with the guys back east. But I think he was being honest.
Absolutely.
And I think that one of the things that he said that kind of made me open my eyes was he was like, well, look, you don't have a team like the Insomniacs come in from Vegas and do what they did by accident.
No.
And it opened a lot of guys' eyes back east, and that's why we see what we see now. So I think, yeah, you're going to have some teams that are teeing off on each other to get into the playoffs. But you know what? I think we're going to have that here too.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're going to see. I know, my in my estimation, I can't go against the champs until they lose. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And so, in
Until
my eyes,
somebody cracks the code.
exactly, they're favorite throughout this season until I see otherwise. And so when I look at that, I also think that we talked about it during the fall brawl, and I said it and I'll say it again. Sick with it moved themselves up a couple notches when they were playing the Insomniacs. Now, what does that translate into come this season? We got to
That's a
see what
lot of people.
happens. So
A lot of people.
yeah. And I think that when we saw some of these other teams start to pull into the legacy teams, when we're going to see what happens with the Force. I have no idea. I haven't seen the roster. I have no idea what they're going to look like.
We'll find out Friday at noon.
Kryptonite. Have no idea what they're going to look like.
Or
Crypto Kings.
As Knox
Crypto
likes to call them, the
Kings.
Crypto
That
Kings.
game,
Yeah.
is, I think if they really, if Coach Wallace, like Knox mentioned to or alluded to last week, if Coach Wallace shows up with the real Vegas Kings
Mhm.
and fields them in Kryptonite uniforms, people are gonna be fucking like surprised. They like that's a team that's been working together for a long time. They have real plays locked down. They have schemes and calls and. That's
It's
a well.
like it's
And
I'm
they-
not saying
they-
they're the
it's
best,
an-
but
it's
it's a
an-
well-oiled machine.
it's an organization.
They come from inside. You know what I'm saying? They come from playing indoor.
Right.
So they come in a sense of playing on that condensed field. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They
Right, exactly.
come
They
with
know the
playing
format.
7-on-7. The linebackers and the line, they all know the schemes, except I think what's different probably is just like the motion shit.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Besides that motion shit, it's their element.
Exactly.
So that's something where we can say,
Watch out. That's a trap game now.
Well, I mean,
if they really field it like it's supposed to be fielded, that's a trap game for a
but
lot of
until I can see, like I said, until I can see rosters.
yeah.
And rosters, don't get me
I was
wrong.
gonna say rosters don't mean shit.
Stuff
They
looks,
still don't mean
stuff,
shit.
look- I was
Good
gonna
on
say
paper.
stuff looks
Yeah.
good on
You still got to
paper.
play the game.
But when
Yeah.
you start, when
You
you
still
see
gotta
the
play the
games
game.
get played, that's when I want to be able to take a look and see what's going on. Because realistically speaking, the top tier right now is Sick With It and Insomniacs. Insomniacs 1, Sick With It 2. Then when I drop down to tier 2, Kryptonite on paper, because I want to see what they do. Force, because we know that a lot of the Force players came over from the Outlaws and from some of the other
The
teams.
Alliance.
the
the
Alliance,
Alliance, big time.
They
And
picked
the
up some
Alienators.
alienators.
So, I mean, when we start to look at all this stuff and put it all together, I want to see what they're able to do on the field.
Yeah.
Great to see what we got on Friday with rosters. I want to see what happens on the field on Sunday. But those are my when I look at it, those top two, and then I'm also elevating OTT into that tier 2 because I want to see what they're going to do when they actually have a good amount of players plus their core. which to me, when we talked about it even last season, I kept saying that's the only thing they're missing, depth. They don't have any.
Well,
So they
and
get
Tyler-
tired.
Now they've added some.
I was gonna
Yes.
say they had a few people go back too.
They had a few people go back,
Savion
and,
comes home. Yodi Mack comes home.
Yeah.
and they were supposed to pick up a bunch of people, like a core group of like 5 to 6 people. But I'm not sure how well that's going because I know for sure 1 or 2 of them have locked in other places. I really thought they were going to get some of the help I desperately wanted them to get, but we'll see what happens come game day because like OTT always ends up playing with fucking 9 people.
Yeah, and
But when they play with those 9 people, they still give you a hell of a
game.
fucking
Yeah,
game.
they fight.
They don't quit
still
for
give
nothing.
you a hell of
They
a
give you
game.
everything they got.
And by the
Yeah.
way, Jace, we'll see. Like I said, predictions right now don't mean a damn thing until you actually get out there on the field. He's saying the Force versus the Watchmen,
That's a
2024
negative, sir.
championship.
That's a negative, sir.
I don't.
I don't.
I mean,
see that.
that's a dream right now. But
Yeah,
I
he
want to
needs
see how
wake up.
I want to see how how it all plays out because again, right now the Insomniacs are number 1. So you play them right out
Right off the bat.
yeah,
Right
and
off the bat.
when we see what happens in that game, and my question mark is, and this isn't me saying it's going to happen because we'll get to it later. But what if Insomniacs come out and blow out the Force?
Which they did last year by a final score of 37-6 last
Is that
season.
a question?
So it's interesting to see how that can break down.
Yes,
So-
Scott, go ahead.
I just asked if that was a question.
Oh.
Or are we saying like,
What?
are we saying when or if? Are we saying when or if?
When they play or when they blow them out? What are you
Yeah.
saying?
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
when.
if. I don't
Well,
know. I don't know what to
I
expect.
know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I was asking. I was just
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
just
just
trying to
talking
point
shit.
out
So
shit.
let me
I
ask
got
you
it.
this question,
I'm
Mr.
just
Veira,
talking
since
shit.
you are in meetings and whatnot. So
Yeah.
the playoff format, is it still East and West, or what's the format for playoffs this year? Do you have any information concerning that?
I have some information that I'm gonna. Something in the anyway. I have some stuff that is going on within the playoffs, but I think that what I want to see it announced before before I break an announcement here because I think the national should have the right to break that.
Okay, fair enough. There's nothing wrong with asking questions.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Bill is in. Hey, Bill is
waiting for you
killing
to
the
catch
chat.
it.
Shout out to Idaho right now. Bill's been tuning in for a long time, man. Shout out to you, Cold Day and
Bill
Bill.
said he'll be here.
He said he'll be
He
here.
He
He'll
said
be
he
here
can't
opening day.
wait to see Jordan play this Sunday because
Oh shit!
damn, they coming for you.
And he said, "Hey, tell your girl I'm a white boy too." That's funny.
He-
as
Which,
fuck.
by the way,
he must
if
have
you
been here last
Swinging
week.
for the
Shout
fence.
out
Which,
to
which,
Bill.
by the way, if you did not see one of the greatest segments of all time, please go back to watch last week's episode, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. And then
I
once,
think he needs to go back and watch it so he can get some momentum for this
Hey,
weekend.
hey, just make sure you show up with some
But
twisted
don't
tea and
use
some
it
blue
this
chew.
weekend. Use it week 2.
There you go.
That's the week.
Well,
Yeah,
James
absolutely.
is saying it's already been announced. So if you want the announcement, check out the website.
another
See what's going on.
another question from our audience is: do you think the Insomniacs are any levels down during the regular season without Danye and Davik?
No,
Well,
they
here's-
showed last season that they can get it done without him.
But here's my question: who'd they pick up in their place? Because they know that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? I don't. Do you know? Do you know?
Mhm.
You might know.
He doesn't.
We'll find out on Sunday.
And so that's why
But
I'm saying
also-
I can't say that because I know James is smart enough to understand the fact that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be missing 2 dudes. So
But-
I got to go get 2 guys to replace them.
He didn't
Let's see what
have he
happens.
didn't have them guys last in the fall brawl.
No.
And that's what people need to go back and look at.
They still made plays
They
regardless.
didn't have those guys.
And
Yeah,
if
but,
I,
you know,
And they
fourth and
still-
Munchie is a hot one to go
you
to.
had,
But
you had Munchie, you had Zach, you
Yeah.
had
Cody.
Juice, you had Cody. Come on now, you had
Desi.
other people. So again, when people are still bringing up those 2 guys, and that's one of the things that I had within the
pick your poison.
organization is one of those where think past that.
yeah,
Those-
because I mean, you got a 3-headed monster and a running back,
Yeah.
they got 3.
Three.
and pick your poison with those 3,
And they all run different.
and
Yeah.
all 3 of them could take it to the house at any given point.
And all run violently.
Exactly, and none of them shy away from contact.
Nope.
And they got a group of guys in front of them that's leading them down the field, if not opening it up for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And not to mention they have a tight end, Chris Cunningham, who can also make plays catching the ball also.
Schwank is one of the
And
most
taking people to
sure-handed
court.
people.
And not to mention Stone seems like can sneakily get wide open also.
And
Right.
there's too much to me when I look at the Insomniacs for to be missing Davik and Danye. I can't sit here and say that those are going to be. Are they big misses? Yes, but let's see what they got to come in and play in their positions.
I mean, how many times in our broadcast have we always talked about depth?
Yeah.
And how depth is no issues for
I
certain
heard girth
teams.
was more important.
Is that what she told you?
Yeah, I get told a lot of things.
Okay, but is
Hot
that what
dog
she,
down the hallway and hitting the bottom. I mean,
I don't think that's necessarily the issue. I think it's a button on a fur coat type of issue.
okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. Well, while we are waiting for our next to come on, well, let's get to the meat of the matter. As
The meat of the matter.
yes,
Since
the
we're
meat-
talking about that,
Oh, and we can't forget about Smooth either.
yeah,
His
Smooth
knee
is
is feeling
definitely-
better.
Where is he playing?
No,
not Smooth. Smooth.
Smooth,
Josh Brown.
not Smooth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Insomniac.
Mr.
V,
Brown.
not TH.
Mr. Brown. So, okay, our slots for this upcoming Sunday, which you can catch on Caffeine TV, A7FLWest, Fox 5.2, and Connection 125, all a part of the Silver State Sports Entertainment Network.
So would it be bad if I turned on and started watching us as we're making the calls?
No. Which, by the way, in the NIT, UNLV is up 70-55 on Princeton, by the way. Go Rebs. First game in the slate, which is scheduled for 11, unless I'm told differently. It is Sick With It against the Vegas Pit Bosses. A lot of changes on both sides in both organizations, but how do we see this game panning out to kick off our third season nationally? And, of course, the Insomniacs looking to repeat, but how do we see game number one, Pit Bosses and E40's record label?
And sick. Knoccs, you used to play with them. I'm gonna let you take the first shot at this one.
I would say from what I do know about Sick roster, nothing's pretty much changed. So they'll be pretty loaded. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Pit Bosses, I haven't, like anybody hasn't, I haven't seen their roster, but I did, and I have been hearing some pretty decent things. So I guess I'm gonna go Sick 42-20.
22-point win. All right.
Scotty?
I'm very, very close. I got 45-21 Sick Pit Bosses.
Damn, I'm gonna be the only one. Well, I don't know. Dub, I don't know what you're gonna call, but right now I'm gonna say Sick 45-14.
I just think it's going to
45-14.
take time for Pit Bosses to put it together.
That's
Coach
what
Q's,
I'm thinking.
Coach Q's good, but he's still in the middle of recruiting. It's still going to take some time. You said 45-20,
45-14.
14.
Yeah, because the reason you have a team that's established, been playing football together for a while. You got a team that's still kind of coming together. So we know that when that happens, it takes them a little while to gel.
If them alienators would have went all to the Pit Bosses like they were supposed to, that shit would have helped too.
Yeah.
It would have been a different horse.
Chemistry.
And Armando's out all season anyway.
That changes things too.
Yeah, it does.
Definitely.
Armando tore his ACL. So
Oh.
That's
prayers
unfortunate.
up for you, bro.
Get well, young man.
Definitely.
BPC 157 and TB 500. Peptides.
Got it. Okay. I have Sick by a final score of 44-20.
Damn, so all of us got sick in the 40s.
Yes.
I'm the only one that doesn't have the Pit Bosses in the 20s. Okay.
Okay. So,
Is what it is.
Quan59, our guest that's supposed to be on Skype, he's going to call in. So we're going to take this only phone
Which one?
call.
Dewan?
Yes. So just letting you know he's about to call in. So it should be a Florida number.
Heard.
Packers been trying to call in, huh?
Blowing it up.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
while we wait for our guest from the Sunshine State,
Easy for you to say.
right? So we will talk about the Crypto Kings, as Knoccs likes to call them,
Crypto King.
taking on
Crypto Kings.
the Vegas
I just want to say, bro, if they
Hunters.
change their name to the Cryptic Kings,
You
You're
need
gonna lose
royalties.
it, aren't you?
I definitely need ends.
Yep. You know what? You should be asking for a little bit of
It
little
should
bit
be
of money
from
for
a
that one.
321
Yeah.
area
It's
code
catchy.
59. So if you see a 321 area code, that would be our next guest.
So Crypto Kings versus
The Hunters.
The Hunters. See, Knoccs went first last time. Dub, you went last. You started off. We'll go reverse order. I'll go after you.
Well, anxious to see the Crypto Kings with Coach Wallace taking over this organization for Mr. Vince Young, which, by the way, Vince, continue prayers in your recovery. And
Hope
you
to
getting
see
back
you on
strong.
Sunday, though, bro.
Yes, we'd like to see you on the field for sure, and maybe you can stop by and give us your
Say
thoughts
what's
real
up.
quick and say hi. The Hunters. I know they'll play hard. I know they'll give it everything they got, but there looks to be some structure with the Crypto Kings. With that, I'm going to go with the Hall of Doom. I will say 35-20 Kryptonite.
35-20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, again, not knowing, because the biggest part about this is we're shooting in the dark right now because we haven't even seen any rosters. We don't know what players are playing on what team. I have no idea what the Hunters have. I have no idea what Kryptonite or Crypto Kings have. Kings of Night, another way to put it.
Oh, that
Kings
was
of Night.
fire.
Kings
Come on,
of
Quan.
Night.
Hit him
Kings
with
of
the
Night.
There it is.
So I'm gonna go with this being a little bit of a closer game, not knowing.
Mm.
So I'm gonna say right now I'm gonna put it as a lower scoring game, and I'm gonna say 28-20. Crypto Kings or Kings of Night.
Just real quick. Okay, so for the Final Four, the format is going to be number 1 in the East versus number 2 in the West, and the number 1 West versus number 2 in the East. That's the Final Four format.
Oh, that's fire.
Thanks, D, for posting that.
Fire.
So you're up, Scotty.
42-6, Kryptonite over the Hunters.
Whoa.
Wow.
I think
You're calling a bludgeon. My goodness.
I absolutely I am.
right.
A couple of different reasons.
You know something we don't?
I know that Kryptonite are coming with a real offensive line. And this is if Chris Wallace pulls all the guys that he says he's pulled. We've heard this song and dance before. I've been fooled before. I don't have a great record with calling these games. Like let's just be completely honest.
But you like calling
I'm
these
having
games.
a lot of fun. But as far as like my predictions, not necessarily great.
Okay.
But it's what I'm going with. I just think that like having a solid O-line and D-line means so much more in this league and having a solid like a blocking scheme to go with it, guys that know how to block together, I think goes so much further than a lot of people will realize. And I think they're going to exploit the run game. The second they catch a downhill motion, Chris Wallace isn't going to let up. I think it's 42.
So
Jordan's
basically,
throwing
he
the
go.
ball. His own girl said that he puts the ball on the carpet.
She did say that live on air, yes.
That's
So-
crazy.
Wait,
part of the
wait.
greatest segment of all time.
Balls
And
on
I
the
got
carpet.
nothing
Did you
against
guys
you,
talk
brother.
off air?
Who?
You and his girl.
She was in my inbox immediately, brother.
So
I don't lie about shit. Here's the fucked up part is I don't lie.
my prediction,
Right?
is-
Right?
Let's pull it back in. Let's pull
Pause.
it back
my prediction is
Pause.
I have the
My prediction is one
got balls
back
on
blown
carpet?
out.
oh shit, it was a shag rug.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Oh man. I
Break out
spit
the
in
weed
butts from
whacker.
the top shelf.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I got the.
I dropped my pen. Whoopsies.
Good job, Scotty.
Got a little
I
nervous.
don't know. I don't
you forget who we were talking about?
no. I looked at the paper.
Oh, okay, you cheated.
Shout out
Gotcha.
to Nick being very professional. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll take the Kryptonite. Only because I'll say just because they're actually coming with a team. Right? They may not have that much experience, but I figure with the players that they do have and the coaching staff that's over there, they'll figure it out mid-play. mid game. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Or they'll use it as a practice, or they'll maybe even result back to, some of their indoor games or whatever. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Hunters ain't really prepared from what I've been hearing. And yeah, I got the Crypto Kings. I'll say 35-6.
So again, only scoring
Interesting.
once. Okay.
Okay.
They'll get a pick six, but won't get the extra point because Jordan won't be able to finish.
Leaving balls on the carpet.
I
Gotcha.
always finish.
But do you always finish? Oh yeah, you do always finish first. You damn insomniac.
Because Vic's
Brought
girlfriend
to you-
gonna be cheering for Crypto Kings.
Brought to you by
Okay.
Blue Chew and Only Dad, sponsored by Knoccs. All right, the game of the week in the Nevada division at 4 p.m., which that'll be a part of the game of the week broadcast. Force and the Insomniacs. The Insomniacs putting the winning streak on the line. If you want to call it the 12-game winning streak from the national season or the overall 18-game winning streak, counting Fall Brawl. Either way, winning streak on the line. Like me and Chris say all the time, to quote the Nature Boy, to be the man, you got to beat the man until somebody cracks the code. And this is no disrespect to Force, because the Force do have some great talent. And there's two newcomers that I'm really anxious to see on that team on Sunday, because they both made some fantastic plays during the Fall Brawl. And you just have to watch on Sunday, because I'm not going to give away who they are. So
I was gonna
just-
say why.
just watch on Sunday.
Tell us.
Well,
Were you told this in confidence?
yes, we did.
No, were you told this in confidence that who's coming to play for the?
Yeah,
Insomniacs.
yes, I was.
Well, then don't give it up.
I won't
Okay.
give it up. You
I
have to
was
watch on
just-
Sunday.
You got to be in media. You know,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's given to you in
Okay.
confidence, you got to
Yeah.
keep it quiet.
Gotta keep it quiet. I'm just saying, there's
Hey,
two
Doug.
guys that will make some impact for that team.
I'm making my jump in the media, so tell me later. Tell me later.
Hey, everybody, watch Facebook.
But nevertheless, again,
If you want to know,
if you want to know, no, I take nothing away from Force, because the Force have some great players.
Knox is telling some stuff.
The Knoccs 25 podcast coming
I mean,
to a
come on, man, we
podcast
got-
near you,
Hey, live
Gotta
at
at least tell
2-5.
him. There you go.
wherever
There
podcasts
you go.
are sold. But with that said, until somebody cracks the code, I'm going with the champs, because, like I said, nobody has cracked the code until somebody beats them. They're going to use their moniker. We're just better, and that's just how it is. I think the Insomniacs will start with a nice 40 burger. I'll say they'll score 49. I'm not going to say how much they're going to win by, but they'll put up 49. But as
I'm gonna play. Hold on.
To quote Mr. Munchie, he said, and I quote, "They won't reach the fourth quarter."
Okay, so I'm gonna play Derek right now.
Okay.
I need a score.
Score
Yeah, I need a score.
49-17.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm playing D, because he's always the one that when we get off the show, he's like, man, how come you guys didn't give a score? Okay, well, I'm gonna play Derek, and I'm gonna make everybody give a score.
Well, you are the commissioner.
Doesn't mean a damn thing.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway,
You
Knox,
have the title.
what's your thoughts?
I'm gonna go Insomniacs. I'll go. They're pretty loaded from what I've heard.
Yeah. Brought to you by Gorilla Cross Sports.
And I don't really, again, I don't know too much about the Force except for the guys that I may know that are over there.
Mhm.
And no offense to those guys, but yeah, y'all still don't got it. As far as enough to get the dub. Score wise, I'm gonna go high 50s, early 60s, man. I feel like the Insomniacs is definitely gonna come out and they're gonna I feel like they're gonna look to really set the tempo and really kick shit off right for the season. And they're gonna use them as a stumping ground.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Very
You
much
thinking
so.
that they're gonna use this game to send a message?
I would it's we've all been waiting, right?
Yeah.
We've all been waiting for the season to kick off, whether it's West Coast, whether it's East Coast. We have been waiting, right?
Yep.
Did tryouts, did, whatever every team did. This is what we're playing for, right? So it's like we all speak on. They have an undefeated record. They have top names over there. They all understand the bigger picture. They're not taking any games lightly. It may seem like a joke in the chat, but I can guarantee you behind the scenes, there's probably some real stuff brewing up. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like it's nothing against them, nothing against the Force, but like you guys say, it's the champs, and it's the premier time. You know what I'm saying? It's the 4:00 game.
Yep.
So I feel like they're gonna do what they got to do.
I would agree. Scotty,
What's up?
what's
What was that score?
what's your biased ass?
I had high 50s.
High
This is-
50s?
550s, low 60s.
Yeah.
I call 650.
They're going to score 650 points?
No, 50 to
Oh, 50 to 6.
50 to 6.
Oh, I didn't give the what's the name of Force.
Force.
I say at least 21. I say 21.
So 21 to 50 or
Yeah.
21 to 50 because you said 50 60s.
Then
So
we're gonna go 18 now, just because you said that, and we're gonna go high 50s.
Okay.
That's funny. I got a screenshot of her. Never mind.
What?
What?
That's funny. Hey, I'm
Oh
lying.
my
I'm lying.
gosh.
Hey,
No,
you
you
know what's
ain't.
funny is
No, you
I'm
ain't.
lying. I'm lying. But the homie was standing right next to me when the friend request hit my inbox.
What?
That's bananas. But it's cool. I'm lying. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. But the homie was standing right next to me when the friend request hit. Stand on that. I stand on business. I blow backs out and stand on business. That's all I do.
Shout out to Only Dads. He's the only dad.
OnlyDads.com, brought to you by Knoccs TwentyFive.
That's funny.
I guess I got to give my score since I
Yeah.
said that we
Yes.
have to give scores.
Yeah,
Okay.
since you,
What you got?
So
Her name. So the name on Facebook ain't Kendra Lust.
What you got?
would you let me finish?
What you
Damn, man.
got? What you got, Chris?
Okay.
Man, trying to pull this back onto the rails.
for your needs.
My final, I think, is going to be. I'm gonna say it's. I agree with you, Knox. I think they're going to send a message, or try. They're going to want to send a message. I can't doubt Fourth and Munchie. I'm always going to call him that because that boy just does not drop passes when it's needed. So, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say that this game is going to be I think they're going to put up 60. And it's not a knock to the Force whatsoever because I just think that the Insomniacs are, like I said, they're the number one team. And it's going to be tough sledding against the number one team. So I'm going to say 60 to 22. And yes, I'm giving them the 22 because I think that the Force is going to be looking to score any way possible. So they're going to continue to go for Scotty's favorite of 2 points every time they
Of
score
course.
a point.
Do we
That
have?
is the-
You said 22 what?
We
Do
don't
we-
have the 3-point conversion.
No, I'm saying do we have any returns? Are we
Get
going to
back.
see any returns on 3-on-1?
Well, here's the situation that I have a problem with because, again, I know Danye is not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So who's the returner? I know that Denzel can do it
Yeah,
in a heartbeat.
he can.
So I think that there is a situation too where we might see Insomniacs return one or two.
I was speaking overall.
Overall, this
Yeah, all the games.
okay for all the games this weekend.
Yeah.
I say that
And
especially
I'm
when
more
we're looking
excited
at
about
over
that.
the top versus goal.
I'll make
Yeah.
one bold prediction.
I'm telling you right now,
Savion will get
Savion's
one.
getting
He's
two.
getting one.
No, he's getting two.
He's
getting two.
You're going to up the ante.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
saying 3.
overall, I think we're going to be
Hat
looking.
trick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to say 3.
We're going to be looking at overall across all the games.
Yeah.
I say that we're probably going to have one of the better 3-on-1 returns in these first games. So I'm gonna say probably overall I'm gonna set the over under at 7
Okay.
returns.
That's a good.
On the
That's a
day?
good. That's a
Okay.
good. That's a good. Nice number.
7
I like
returns
that.
for
Seven
Overall.
Yeah,
Overall.
Okay.
overall.
So those in the chat, you can chime in on this too. Over under 7 total returns for 3-on-1
That's-
touchdowns for week 1.
That's a rough day.
Please
for
let us know in the
That's
Oh, I
comments.
say he's getting 3 by himself.
No.
He's getting
no.
3 by himself.
No.
Easy.
No.
What are you knowing about?
Don't give her that much credit, bro.
I don't even think we should acknowledge that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's up with our guy? He tuned in.
He's just ready to come watch some football. All right, closing out as they seemingly like to be under the lights. It is over the top against the gold.
Mm.
It seems like they're always under the lights.
Yeah, they like the night. They like the
I'm telling
nighttime.
you.
They like
And
the
the thing-
nighttime life.
You guys
The thing
make
about it
those
is,
games.
no, we don't.
No?
National does.
National thinks
National
they're boring.
puts those games together. We don't do anything with the
times with
with the times
slots.
or nothing. So when it comes to filling out the schedule, National. Why they keep putting them under the lights? Beyond me. I have no idea.
They know everybody be asleep by then.
On the East Coast, yes.
Well, I'm going to say it now because I'm the one that didn't go first yet. I got over the top, beaten gold. I'm going to say over the top, OTT's got something to prove this season. So I think they're going to come out swinging. So I'm looking for them to put up, and we know they can put up points.
Yes.
So I'm going to give them their first 50 burger this season against the goal. And again, it's just from what I've seen in the past. So I'm gonna say 50 to probably between. I'm gonna throw it out there 24.
Think they stay around?
Yep.
I want to see who the goal put on their roster.
That's the other side.
Yeah.
For me,
I don't know.
That's-
I hope he
needs some help.
If he did
needs
some
some help.
recruiting, then yeah. But if he's coming with the same organization, no offense to him, yeah, I got OTT.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you on this one too, Chris, where I think OTT will probably get their first 50 piece.
Yep. Just because I got Savion for him over under returns.
He's housing 3.
But
You're
Gold
saying
has to
3. I'm
score.
saying 2.
He's housing 3.
So there's at least 21 points right there.
Yeah.
18.
I know, because they could throw it off on a surrender. Yeah, because I was thinking they have to score.
So
if they're
are we
often.
keeping the get back and surrender rule for this upcoming season?
The get back is
only in the fourth quarter,
Only fourth
right?
quarter.
Only in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
The
And-
surrender.
Basically the throw off.
That's always been in
Okay.
there.
All right.
So
But-
I mean,
and Ray Rich wants to play with Scott
Don't we all?
on the football field.
Scott
that
Hamilton.
is.
just because you say on the field
Yes.
when it comes to Scotty, doesn't necessarily mean football.
Well, I'm
I'm just letting you
I'm
know
being
now.
specific by saying football field.
I come
Okay.
for the touch butts at the end of the play.
You really think just because you said football field that changes anything for this
but
man?
No. You're not wrong.
You've got to be very specific.
Okay. Anytime to see Harry Potter play on defense is always fun for me because I love watching him play defense, and he is going back to his original home in OTT, so that's always exciting.
Oh yeah.
That boy is, he shows heart. That
The
kid
mo-
show.
the
But
mo-
you know what? He epitomizes OTT
Yes.
because
Yes.
that whole team shows heart.
Yes.
It don't matter who they're playing.
Oh, I said they show up with 9 people. They give you a game.
Oh hell yeah,
They give you a game.
yeah. You don't sleep on OTT this season.
55-12 is my final score.
55-12.
I got OTT putting up a double nickel.
Moose knuckle.
Double nickel.
Double knuckle.
I thought you said knuckle.
I heard double knuckle.
I heard knuckle.
Give you a knuckle sandwich.
All right.
A moose knuckle sandwich.
All right, Whisperer. Well, first off, let us apologize. We were trying to have Devontae Henderson from the Nightcrawlers join us, but due to the technical situations, that did not happen. So hopefully he will join us next week.
We could take the 602 call instead.
Who's calling from Phoenix, Arizona?
Man, look. Go ahead. I got screenshots.
Good Lord. Anyhow,
Man, you don't got nobody on there.
also joining us
Oh,
next
602
week.
kept calling.
Yeah. Might have been
She called 16 times.
wow.
She got some explaining to do when she got home.
Lucy?
That's why.
She's
Anyhow-
calling again.
Anyhow-
It's up to you guys if you want me to answer.
Well,
How dare
we
you.
were told no phone calls, so I'm not trying to get
We're
yelled
at the
at.
end of the. We're at the end of the.
Man, look.
End of the
I say
show.
we
Go on.
answer.
Anyhow, no. Anyhow,
Guys,
also
hate going viral.
I say we answer.
also
please.
joining us next week is former NFL running back and coach of the Nightcrawlers, DeJuan Harris. Of course, recently played with the 49ers back in the 2015 season.
Give us 5 minutes and call back. Anyway,
Mr. Whisperer, final thoughts, lead us off.
Man, I'm excited for football to be back. That's really what it is. I'm really excited for football to be back.
But
The
will you,
screenshots don't lie.
but will you be playing like a man this season?
Man, I'll be there eventually.
Eventually,
have
okay.
you seen his arm?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Show him your
I've
arm.
seen his doggone
No,
tattoo.
We talk about that later.
I've seen
talk
his
about that
tattoo.
No, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Never mind. The bruising is pretty bad. So
Is it worse than Nick's?
no, but it's
It's bad.
and that's
It ain't
from
great.
that's what, a week of healing.
Yeah.
So
I fell out of a 26-foot seat.
at least it didn't fall to the concrete.
Well, Shane McMahon would have said, "I see you and raise you."
Nobody DM'd me.
That's,
The friend request was sent.
The
Come
fall
on,
the
I
fall
didn't-
doesn't hurt.
No.
The fall
Okay.
doesn't hurt. It's a sudden
Okay.
stop at the
Yeah.
end.
Okay, you didn't hop right into the friend request. Okay,
Well, wait, a
let's.
friend request is different from a DM.
Okay. That's cool. It came through on my messenger. I showed it to her, and that's what I said.
So was it a
she
DM
hopped
or
right
a
in the
friend
friend
request?
request.
Okay.
She hopped right in the friend request immediately. No response.
But not a DM.
I got shit to do.
She didn't DM you. Though.
She hopped right in the friend request.
That's different. A DM's different than a friend request.
Because if you come at me like that and then send me a friend request, it's a little different from some random ass dude.
But it's still not a DM.
Okay.
A DM is a conversation starter.
I'll give you that.
It's close. I mean, it's right there. It's the cousin.
But
It's the cousin of a DM.
His page is private, so you have to send the friend request to get the
DM. I mean,
Period.
she might have DM'd you if you would have accepted
Okay,
the
let me.
She reached out.
She reached out to me after coming at me. Okay, cool. You got that. Like I was trying to fuck your bitch anyway.
Whoa.
Wow, we didn't have to go
It's okay.
there.
Whoa.
It's okay. No one DM me. You hopped in my friend request.
All right.
And if I would have responded, then what? If I applied,
Man,
let's be
this is
real.
this is
No,
this is
let's
the
be real.
longest
Let's be
final
real.
thought
If
I've
I-
ever had.
If I applied
Or
pressure,
heard,
it's over.
excuse me.
If I applied some
I have a
pressure,
final
it'd be
thought.
over.
So my final thought is, with not being on the field this season, I'm definitely looking forward to watching and being on the sidelines or being in the stands, and maybe even being in the booth, but not really being on the shit. I don't know how to not cuss yet. But yeah, no, just being able to be out there and be a part of the atmosphere. You feel me?
You
And
can
just
definitely
still,
tell us your thoughts on break for sure.
You know.
And off air.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I'll tell you what. I'm looking forward to football.
7 times my bad.
But I'm looking
Only
forward
7.
to. I'm looking
Only
forward
7.
16. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to this new box
Yes.
Whoa.
at. Not that box.
Everything's
The
a
broadcast
trigger
media
word.
box.
You're married.
The media box.
Everything's a trigger word.
Right? Man, damn Gen Zs. Fucking kill me.
Damn Cincinnati.
Okay,
Definitely
this
don't
is
Jensen.
this is from the boss. Knoccs, come do PA and fill in for the guys when they need to step away.
I'm down.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm down.
There you go.
So when you're doing PA, you just got to watch it too because we can pick it up on broadcast.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no, I got you. I know how to. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
PA
you're
is
good.
easy.
You're good there.
PA is easy.
Yeah.
All right.
So to continue with my final thoughts, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is this is national season.
yes.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what these games are bringing,
Yes.
what these teams are bringing. And I'm not just talking about Vegas. I'm talking about the East Coast. I'm talking about Cincinnati. I'm talking about everybody. I want to see what they're bringing. No, and let me tell you why I'm looking to see what they're bringing. And I'm going to bring it up on here. And I'm going to say it because I've heard from other podcasts, I've heard that there's teams that think that they could come out to Vegas and beat either the Insomniacs or Sick with it with no problem. And that was coming straight from Cincinnati. So, you
Again,
got dog walked.
But didn't
You
they
got
have
dog
that-
walked.
Again.
I was
and
gonna
then
say they
you-
had
you-
that chance already, and didn't Vegas go there?
Yes. So
what
come out here.
What's gonna be different when you leave home?
Well, you know what? They ain't going to be embarrassed in front of their fans.
Well, we'll find out who the real sin is.
Well, you know what? That was a piece that, to me, because they brought it up and saying that, well, you know, the corporate gave them the Sin City option. Well, there's Sin City Snake Eyes. I would love to see a team take that name and run with it, just to put it right in their face.
But even with the playoff matchup, don't they have to go through?
I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. They still have to. We have to either go through them or they have to come through us, I believe. But what Derek was saying about the East and West, it might not be that way. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what goes on, man. I'm be real.
Yeah.
With all the movement, with all the changes back east, with everything we doing out here, I want to see how this all plays out because the biggest thing about it right now is injuries notwithstanding. If everybody's healthy, this is going to be one hell of a season.
The lower seed will travel.
There you go. So if we're the higher seed and they are in our sights, they got to come out here and try to win this time.
Hot turf. Hot turf.
Dry heat.
Dry heat. Yeah.
He's hot.
Conditions, man. Conditions are definitely
It's going to be different
Yeah.
for sure. And they better come with a full squad.
Yeah.
So, you know, that picture that they had before of welcome to Vegas
At the sign. Yeah.
Man,
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Look, man.
That was crazy.
I don't have hate for anybody in my heart,
Yeah.
but when you talk crazy like that, and you ain't never going to hear me say, oh, man, come on. Let's suit up right now. We name 2 teams that we could beat. Oh, we could beat BIC and we could beat the U easy. I would never say that. I want to see what goes on. I want to see how we put things together. I want to see how these things play out. I'm never going to say that. You'll never hear me say that. I don't care if I was coaching the team. I ain't going to give them bulletin board anything to put up on that bulletin board and say, "Oh, look what the coach said." That is never going to happen.
Well, I'll get personal for a minute.
I didn't do it.
It's funny.
Okay, maybe I did.
What a year makes. Around this time a year ago, I was the new kid on the block, coming into a world that I never heard of, an unknown world known as the A7FL. For that, I'm forever indebted to Kevin Perry, because if it wasn't for Kevin Perry, I would have not had the pleasure and privilege of meeting Derek Duncan. And because of Derek Duncan, I was given the opportunity to be a part of this league, coming into an unknown, not knowing what to expect. But Derek, along with Mel, and along with Scotty and Mr. Cox, they welcomed me into the broadcast booth with open arms and accepted me and let me find my voice during the season, because it's tough coming from a play-by-play role to an analyst role. But they stuck with me, gave me pointers, gave me advice, but more importantly, let me feel part of the team. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Fast forward to a year later, and as the year progressed, now here I am hosting a podcast talking about this league with people I respect and love. And now I get the chance to be in the booth with Scott and Chris, which is always fun, because they always say it's not work if it's fun. And it's definitely not work, because it's something that we love to do. Then you add Mr. Only Dads with his raw and passion uncut and his sunglasses.
Hugs and kisses to all my bitches.
And now it just becomes full-fledged fun, but at the end of the day, it's just guys talking about a game that we're passionate about and a game that we love. And certainly this being the 10th anniversary season of the American Sevens Football League is certainly looking something to look forward to. Can the Insomniacs go back-to-back? Can they join the Patterson U as the only teams to do that in winning back-to-back championships? That remains to be seen. But nonetheless, through it all, we will be right here on the other side of the ball to talk about it, analyze it, dissect it, and then be at Chaparral High on the 24th, or maybe not. But definitely after the 24th, we'll be at Chaparral to call these games and give our insight and basically just do what friends do. Talk about football and just give our thoughts on it. But again, to the players, again, I've said it many times, you guys are the heartbeat. Without you guys, we would not have a podcast and or a format to talk about this league that we are so passionate about and you guys get to play in. So it's all because of you guys that we get to talk about this and broadcast these games. So don't ever take that for granted.
And it's always fun to talk a little ish.
That too.
Oh, yeah. And Blaze told me I could do this. Anybody that's watching, that's on any team, it doesn't matter what team you're on, okay? You could be Hunters, Gold, Insomniacs, Sick With It. Whoever you play for, the Force, if you want to be on, reach out. You can sit behind the screen. You can sit behind the keyboard. Reach out to Blaze. Reach out to anybody that you see on the panel. You know what I'm saying? And they'll get you locked in.
Get you going, man.
But
we want to make this an open forum where guys could come in, because as Dub said, without the players, we're nothing. Get your butt in here. Sit in the seat. We ain't going to make it hot. We're going to have fun.
And with that said, these guys I love working with. But more importantly, they're better human beings than football analysts and or football players. And hence why there's a lot of love I have for all these guys and appreciate them for doing what they do, and appreciation also for Quan59 for doing what he does.
Can I recap the show real quick?
Yes, you can.
So they were together. They're not together anymore, but he's still at her house. So
What?
But she's.
Kendra.
Can we get her on next week?
She
Talk to Blaze about that.
Kendra, come on the show next week live in the
Hold
studio.
on. So,
Damn, you said
They're,
live
they're
in the
not together
studio.
anymore. They were together last week when he was at her house. Now they're not together, but he's still at her house. But so
why?
So she's still trying to get in Scott's DMs, but he won't accept her friend request. But then she unfriended him because of everything he said. She's probably going to send him another friend request after the show so she can jump in his DMs to get mad at him for not really being in his DMs. And then they'll end up hooking up.
All right, look. So
I mean, that doesn't sound very far off. Hey, so the psychic lady was here last week, right?
Oh, what a tangled web. Tangled web, boy. Let me tell you.
Tangled web.
Which, by the way,
tune in tonight.
Tune in later.
Leave it in
And,
to conceive.
Don't we got a house on the west side he can go stay at, don't we?
Stop it.
The historic west side. If he feel comfortable, he can definitely. I'm just
Stop it,
saying.
stop it,
What
stop
do
it.
you mean?
I like Asian.
We do housing. We
This is
do
true.
housing. Okay,
This is
so
true.
I'm not false promoting.
No, you're not.
Okay,
No,
thank
go ahead.
you. Jordan, if you need somewhere to go, feel free to reach out. Not to me, but to someone of the A7. They will get you where you need to be. Don't be somewhere you're not wanted, all right?
And Pia loves you on this show. I'm not sure what that comment meant.
I love you too, baby.
What exactly does that mean,
Shout out
Mr.
to Miss
Knox?
Knox.
What exactly does she mean by that?
Mrs. Knox.
Maybe because you stayed here.
What's Miss Knox mean by that? You care to elaborate?
Tune in tonight.
All right, so don't
Just say,
forget.
hey,
Don't forget
let's
to
just say I'm connected, okay?
Pia, I
And-
love it. I
and
love it.
have more
Don't
than-
stop.
I have more than 3 doors to walk through.
Don't forget to check out the 3-on-1 with Matt, Rob, and Corey. Don't forget to check out the parlay with Woody and Jay. Don't forget the All Pro Jaffos with the KPK with KJP.
Whoa, that's a lot of
See?
Ks there. That was 3 Ks.
Derek
already
That was
said
3
stop
Ks
stumbling
in a row.
over your lip.
Golly.
Derek,
Three
Right?
Ks in a row.
Derek said stop
I
stumbling
know.
over your
I
lip.
know. I
Slow
get
down.
I get too excited. I'm sorry.
No more Blue Chew for you.
I don't do Blue Chew.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Maybe
You got to snort them.
whoa.
I think that's what you do.
Whoopsies.
Anyhow, don't
Wow.
forget all.
Yeah.
Don't forget your
Come on,
Herman
bro.
Big and Friends tonight with this guy
Plus
right
I'm
here
down like
to,
an
my,
Adderall.
to my right. Also, don't forget the Mizzle Dub Show. And also, by the way, Sunday, the Mizzle and Dub Show, we will recap week 1 of A7FL Nevada, possibly have on some guests. So,
And don't forget about Saturday.
and of course, me and Chris talking ish. What are we going to talk about on Saturday?
ish.
Obviously, some of this ish.
Yeah?
I'll be there.
You want to come on?
You wanna come
Saturday?
on the show?
Hell yeah! Come on.
Come on.
Come on, man. We'll
What
have
time
some
is
fun.
That? What time is that?
5
o'clock.
p.m.
All right, I work graveyard that day, so I'll try to slide through. Don't
Right
you?
here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have some fun with us.
That's some shit.
I have
That
an
is.
appointment on Saturday night, but I might be able to sneak in before.
Ooh.
Come
Well,
on in,
there you
man.
go.
Hey, by the way, if there's ever a segment that somebody wants to be on, I ain't saying no names. You can call in Saturday. Just saying, 5 o'clock. Scotty will be here.
And somebody's asking about ribs. But nonetheless, again,
Got ribs? Yeah. I got
special
some.
thanks to Nafis Sims for joining us in studio tonight. And again, come watch us. If you can't come wherever we're playing on Sunday, again, Fox 5.2, Cox 125, Caffeine TV, and A7FL.TV. Again,
And
just watch.
Denzel, she ain't gonna be on next week. There ain't gonna be a segment. Why are you talking about tune in?
And Kings Pro Tryouts Saturday. So if you want to try out, go. Where's the location?
We don't know yet.
No location. So
There's no such thing
We'll
as
let you know.
the wrong hole. There's the right hole and the other one.
Kendra, call back.
The wrong side
for
of the
Quad
hole.
59, for Chris, for the Viking, for Knoccs 25, I'm Double A. We'll see you on the other side of the
before
ball.
you whisper.
Take care of
Nugs and
yourself
kisses for my
and each
bitches.
other.
Yeah. Hey.